Well, if our first forecast was any indication, it seems like it may be a warm one tomorrow. Meteorologist Jason Appy is here to confirm. Jason, I know you said something about record temperatures, maybe?
A run for it. I mean, 90 is in the cards tomorrow. It's certainly well within reach, and that would be sometimes for Bangor back in the 50s. So yeah, we are well within that range to get there. Right now in Portland, it's clear, it's quiet, it's dry, heat going up to space, call it radiational cooling, and that's why some patchy frost pops up in the wind-sheltered valleys. But tomorrow's the hottest day of the year so far, with a big cold front Sunday late, and then we're back to reality for Memorial Day as we get to remember our fallen soldiers. That's going to be a big day, but it's going to be a lot cooler. How about satellite and radar now? All clear. So there goes that heat up to space. Wind is light out of the southwest, 50s and 60s, eventually going over to 40s, and even some 30s. Going to watch out those wind-sheltered valleys. So I'll call it mild. High pressure has now moved offshore of the Cape Cod. Warm still. Observations are still close to 75, 80 degrees eastern Canada. We'll get that slice of warm air to come down here, and what I'm calling a squeeze play. So what's going to happen here in the hour-by-hour forecast, you wake up to those 60s and 50s with the sun out, breeze out of the west and southwest, and then we get that southwesterly breeze. Here's the front. Look at these clouds here in the crown of Maine. 82 in Caribou. Watch the temperature go down from north to south, but it's hot south of basically the county. Look at Millinock at 81, 80s south and west of that. The squeeze play, because we got that front coming through and the winds focus the southwest. So there's high pressure just south of the jet stream coming through on Sunday. And eventually what you're going to see here on Monday, as promised, a little dip in the jet stream, a little backdoor cold front, going to cool us off for Memorial Day. But then we warm right back up into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday especially. Another big ridge building. That's going to crank us back into the 80s at least. So up and down we go. A run for 90 on Sunday, down to the 70s, and then right back up into the 80s in the forecast. So people have been asking me on Facebook about humidity. Tracking that, it's going to be nice for a few days, but then as we get to Thursday, Friday, here comes the humidity. Late Thursday into Friday, so it's going to start to get just a bit humid. How about the marine forecast? Seas at 3 to 4 feet, wind southwest. Water temp 53, watch that if you're headed in the water. Don't be in there long. 78 to 92 Sunday, Monday 65 to 75, Tuesday 64 to 78. So we are going to cool off, but it's still not going to be cold. But I'm going to go 92 inland, and then we're down to the 70s, back to 92, and then back down to the 70s and 60s. Only a few showers on Friday. That's pretty much it. The coast 90, then 63 we cool off. If you have anywhere you're going to be doing anything, there's a parade going on Monday. A lot of the people that obviously, as Sam, we've talked, gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom on Monday, and then we cool off back to the 70s. So on social media, I just posted the blog talking about that little skit or song you did at the top of the show, which, by the way, I did not copy that, but I mean, that's great inspiration for what tomorrow is going to be.
And Jason, looking ahead after this weekend, I love when you say we're cooling down, but it's 60s and 70s. It's that time of year, right?
I don't know too many people that will complain about 60s and 70s. Me in the 90s, you will find me indoors.
Luckily, we have AC blasting in
and
here.
not a lot of people have AC. So, right. And if you do have it, throw it into the window, get it ready.
All right, Jason.
Yeah.
It'll be a hot one tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.